It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir. Got devotion to all those who keep us showing up to witness. Spit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for Jawjacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Thursday, April 24th, 2025. This is episode 863 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, two thumbs, all smiles, large cup of coffee, and a bowl of Swedish fish, Dr. Gerald Auger. And over the next hour, me, you, Code Brew, Carrie, Augusta Delgado, Mondo Avila, Laser Cat, Lara Flores, Old Nightbot, Cyber Shinigami, and Lisa LaFleur, among others. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can Jenny Housley level up her game and take it to the next level, all while reducing cyber risk reduction for her business stakeholders? We're going to be tearing into that. On top of that, if you're looking to break into the industry, you're going to be asked in any job interview. You can fact check me on this one. I feel very strongly you will be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? Right here. This is a banger of an answer. Believe that. All you got to do is engage, pay attention, listen up. We go deeper than the headlines. I do everything in my power to give you some type of either tactical utility from a story or lessons learned, best practices, use case. This is part of the reason that it's so important to stay current on what's going on, both to protect you from developing threats, but also so you don't make mistakes that are already well known and out there. Now, I want you to know every single episode, including episode 863, I don't research or prep for. Frankly, I don't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Plus, it's just more authentic and more real. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. Sometimes it cracks me up too. So we're going to have a great show for you. Again, if I don't have the answer to a question, which is totally real, listen, I've been in this game for a very long time, and there's still a ton that I don't know about, or I know. But the benefit is that the Simply Cyber community, where you are right now, is a supportive, inclusive community that looks to empower individuals. And that also includes people who have been around the block a few times and like to share their experiences and mentor others, right? So if I don't know about an industrial control system thing or a pen testing thing, guess what? We got people in chat who do. International, PCI DSS outside the United States, boom, answered just like that. So you will get answers, you will get benefit, and you will get value here on the stream. I'm super excited about it. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say shout out and love to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you every single morning. without much fluff or anything. I can get up, I can take care, I can pay the, even though I don't have the lights on for the most part, except this ring light, it does help pay the utility bills and keep me going. So we're going to go ahead and spend a minute. I do like all these businesses. I do either have used them or work with them on the regular. I'll be chatting with you in chat, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you how this show can save your CPEs. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right, thank you to Antisyphon and ThreatLocker. Guys, did you know about Fortify 365? Is your Microsoft 365 environment secure? Well, if you don't know, business email compromise attacks are on the rise, and your entire operation, the thing that you depend on most, could be at risk. Fortify 365 from Barricade Cyber Solutions is your defensive shield. Their team of experts implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, and safeguard your sensitive data. They've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses, including a manufacturing company I used to be responsible for. Or not a manufacturing company, a tech startup I was responsible for. They've helped countless organizations, tighten up their M365 defenses and address real-world risk. Don't wait until after the breach. That is not a good time to figure out your situation. Get in front of it, left of boom. Visit Fortify365.com today to learn how they can secure your Microsoft environment against tomorrow's threats. Boom. All right, guys, I also, one final ad read here. Check it out now. Did you know about Flare.io? Of course you did, because I love Flare.io. I talk about them all the time. But they've released Flare Academy, which is a free platform to get training from industry experts. It's epic. Have you wondered what separates the best cyber pros from everyone else? Well, it's not just what you know and how you learn, but who you learn it from, right? Flare Academy gives you something incredible. They give you direct access to webinars and learning opportunities, kind of like Lunch and Learns, except immediately following the Lunch and Learns, there's a Discord AMA with the instructor where you can do, get insights, get questions, network with people who are interested. You can go to the link in the description below for the Flare Academy and training. You can see the upcoming training they have. The next one's on May 6th. If you want to learn about managing your org's leaks on Azure, definitely something you don't want. You can use code to do that, okay? They've got principal security researcher coming on to speak. So anyways, basically, if you like free, is free something we like? It's something I like. You can get free education. Go to the link in the description below. Thank you, Flare, for providing this to industry. I love how much Lunch and Learns. We're doing it at Simply Cyber Academy. Barricade Cyber's been doing Lunch and Learns. It's really, they don't call it Lunch and Learn, but it's coming together. Hey, every day of the week has a special segment, and Thursdays is What's Your Meme Thursday with Dan Reardon. people who have been playing the game for a while know that this comes every Thursday. People start speculating what it could be. So if you're part of that crew, drop some ideas in chat. I will tell you, I showed the meme of the week to my family at dinner last night. Nadine almost spit her drink out. She's kids loved it. So I think you guys will too. Special shout out to Haircut Fish. Love what he does. Guys, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half the CPE. Say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. Right there, your name, your everything is in chat right above here. You are part of the show, but more importantly, it's live. So you basically can take a screenshot of you typing, and that will be evidence to support that you are here and actually getting that half CPE. I do recommend you see where it says half CPE in the scrolling Chiron? Scoop that up. If you can, take a big enough picture to show the actual YouTube live stream title because it has the date in it. I'm doing everything I can up here to make it as easy for you to get that supportive evidence, all right? All right, guys, we got work to do. Do me a favor. Woo! Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you all at the mid-roll.
Check out the latest episode of
Misfire. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I forgot to move this the audio of the podcast in line. 1 second. 1 second. All right. Time it or game on. Wayne's World.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
All right, James McQuiggan with a member milestone, 28 months living the dream and loving the community. Greetings from Sea Level today. James McQuiggan at Sea Level. Woo! And shout out to the Full Sail crew. Hey, AA
These are
with
the
a spoon.
cybersecurity headlines for Thursday, April 24th, 2025. I'm Sean Kelly. Blue Shield of California shared private health data of millions with Google. Health insurer Blue Shield of California confirmed Wednesday that it shared patient private health information with Google since 2021. Blue Shield said it used Google Analytics to track how customers used its websites, but a misconfiguration caused personal and health information to be collected as well, including member account numbers, claim service dates and providers, patient names, and patient's financial responsibility. The insurer said the data sharing stopped in January, and it's now notifying 4.7 million affected individuals.
Okay. I excuse me, I vacillate between being incredibly angry and outraged to just being apathetic and like, here's my thing, dude, like you can't, it's all, okay, so it's 4.5 million people, which is not nothing, but in like the bigger picture, 4.5 million is not even that much anymore as far as private data getting released. Now, this is private health data of 4.5 million people, and it's just like a misconfiguration led to this. How about, like, I'm sorry, I know it's early, and this is borderline inappropriate for kids, but like, I just want to do I want to make a hand gesture that is universal across time and language at my screen with both of my hands of how this makes me feel. To me, this feels like, this doesn't feel like a misconfiguration. This feels like a massive healthcare, conglomerate partnered with one of the 3 biggest companies in the world who has access to all this data, and they partnered to clearly improve revenue, right? Like that Blue Cross Blue Shield or whatever of California was absolutely not working with Google Analytics for, the greater good. It was, come on.
Straight cash, homie.
It's all about money. So like, I guess that's the part that pisses me off. Like, I'm all about capital, fine, make money, do good, all those things. Like, I'm not going to throw shade at you for wanting to make money, but at the same time, like, you have a responsibility to approach things in a secure way. So, I'm sorry, misconfiguration. Like, I'll still have my table for 2 at Dorcia's at 7 p.m. Got a 7 p.m. res. Now get out of my face, peasant, right? Like this just feels like an abuse of the ruling class. Okay, so what happened? They say it was a misconfiguration, so obviously some junior engineer gets, SolarWinds 1, 2, 3 slapped across their face. Yeah, they collected all this data. I worked in healthcare for a number of years, right? Number one, you can't get health, like you need health insurance in the United States, right? First of all, so you can't not get it. Number two, they need all your information for good reason. And number three, like anytime you go to any doctor, like you got to provide all this information. So like you can't be private. You can't manage like the risk of your data getting put into these people's hands. So they do have an incumbent responsibility, right? So what do we say here? I want to see what the problem was. All right, so yeah, 13 million. Okay, so whatever. This is the largest healthcare breach of 2025 so far. Like seriously, Change Healthcare says hold my beer. 2024, just to put it in perspective, Change Healthcare, I want to say it was like 200 million people impacted. So this is 2% of that. So yeah, this could be the biggest one in 2025, but whatever. Like, here's the deal. Okay, why? In psychology, okay, this is very basic, okay? In psychology, there is incentive-based, like deterrence, or not deterrence. There's behavior, like benefit-based incentive programs, and there's punishment-based deterrent programs, right? So the carrot or the stick, right? Hey, if you do your work on time, or if you finish your dinner, you get dessert. This is an incentive. Do you want a dessert? Yes, now you're self-motivated. Hey, if you don't finish your dinner, you lose iPad or you lose technology for the weekend. Now you've got a stick. Either way, I get the accomplishment done of you eating your meal. And whether you use a stick or a carrot, it doesn't matter. Those are two different psychological approaches and philosophies, frankly, that you can use. I don't care, but you might be like, what's this got to do with Google and Blue Shield, Jerry? We're talking about dinner and popsicles here. Here's the deal. Explain to me why, if in 2025, the punishment is, oh, we got to do a little PR thing. Oh, sorry, we had a misconfiguration. Oh, here's $1 million for identity theft protection. Dude, Blue Shield of California, they definitely made money off of whatever this program was, okay? So my question is to you, why, if you're a massive player in the space, I don't care if you're in healthcare or if you're in manufacturing or whatever, if you're in a massive space and you can make X amount of money by doing something that's kind of dodgy, and the punishment is this, a little bad PR and some fees for identity theft protection. Like, why is this going to improve? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why, if I run a business, what do I care? If the bottom line, if straight cash homie is my incentive, and I can make X amount of money while spending less than X if I get caught, right? There's even that, right? This might not even come up, right? So then it's a planned expense for the program. This is a bigger macro issue.
The FBI issues its 2024 IC3 report yesterday.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The FBI issued the 25th installment of its annual Internet Crime Complaint Center report. The report revealed that IC3 recorded a new high for reported losses last year, reaching an astounding $16.6 billion. IC3 also received over 850,000 complaints, up 33% from 2023. Cyber-enabled fraud accounted for a staggering $13.7 billion of those losses and accounted for 40% of ICC's overall complaint volume. People over age 60 suffered the most significant financial losses, coming in at over $4.8 billion, a 43% increase from 2023. To end on a positive note, the FBI said last year cyber fraud-related arrests increased 700% to 215 through 11 joint operations with
Yeah.
other local law enforcement agencies.
Get some. Hell yeah. You know what? Like, let's go. Like, everybody get deputized. Let's go Tombstone style. All right, so check it out. Trust me, it's not lost on me that I'm wearing a shirt that says cybersecurity cares, and I'm like losing my mind. So check it out. Two things to tell you on this one. Number one, yeah, we can go through these statistics, and I actually recommend you do go through these. The FBI IC3 report is a very good, objective report that comes out annually. All right. Now, what's so good about this? Number one, a lot of reports that come out, well, not all of them. The Verizon data breach incident report's another excellent one. But a lot of times you'll see reports come out that are supported financially by vendors. And oftentimes you have to take a little bit of a grain of salt with the findings because, you know, the findings are likely going to indicate that whatever that vendor sells is going to help you deal with a big problem, right? So like a classic example is an email security statistical report comes out and 9,000% of attacks come from phishing emails. Well, by the way, did you know we sell a email security gateway that can detect and reduce 99% of phishes? Wouldn't you like that? So you've got to be mindful. This is a government-based FBI. They don't have anything to sell. So all the data is just what the data is. Now, I do want to also put a little bit of an asterisk on this report, though, because this is just reports of incidents that were reported to the FBI, okay? So let's just pretend for a second that Dan Catledge's company gets hit with a cyber attack and ransomware, and they just pay the ransom and move on, right? Or Cyber Shinigami's company gets hit with a $70,000 business email compromise. The CFO writes it off, and you keep on moving. Those two incidents that I just made up, but could be real, aren't going to be reported to the FBI. So whatever you see in the FBI report is actually a subset of reality. For example, they say here that in 2024, the FBI recorded a new high reported losses reaching $16 billion, right? Of the 860,000 complaints that came in, that's their data set, their corpus of data, right? They said that the average complaint was $19,000, et cetera, et cetera. So $16 billion in cybercrime last year, right? In losses, like businesses losing money. But in reality, it's probably, let's say $30 million, double, right? Like 1 out of every 2 people report, it's probably lower than that. So that's just one way to make sure that you read this. This report is fantastic. When I say fantastic, I'm talking chef's kiss level good to fuel your board reports and to fuel your budget requests and business cases you're making, right? You can't, everybody knows who the FBI is, right? Everybody knows. So if you put a statistic, right, in a slide deck, don't say PowerPoint, the Youngs will come after you. If you put this in your slide deck and then cite it as FBI 2025, well then, that's got a bit of gravity to it, right? Or gravitas. A couple other things really quickly to call out here. Again, I don't research or prep this, so this is just hot take central. Cyber-enabled fraud accounted for 83%. Yes, of course. Dude, Southeast Asia is like found another gear. They are shifting. They got a turbo from a WRX installed into their operations. They're going full industrial scam call center. We covered that in yesterday's show. If you want deeper information, go back and look at that. Jesse Johnson, the Cosmic Cowboys in chat. Hello, Jesse. So yeah, dude, why wouldn't you use cyber capabilities to do fraud? You lower your risk, you increase your revenue. Of course. I mean, this isn't Threat Actor Academy, but like,
let's get some more cyber in here. It's making money, baby.
All right, that is Flaming Donkey, if you didn't know, cyber threat actor group that we use as a stub here. And gross. Here you go. Here's a perfect. Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. Here is a perfect opportunity. Okay, look at this report. People over the age of 60 suffered the most financial losses and submitted the highest number of complaints. Now, again, you've got to think about this. If you're 17 years old, are you going to call the FBI if you get, fraud committed, right? Sextortion or whatever? Probably not. If you're 60 plus, if you're retired, I feel like people who are retired, they're more likely to go onto the neighborhood Facebook and complain about the kids riding bikes in the neighborhood. Or they're going, like the people over 60 are more likely to go to the HOA meetings and vent about, whatever the Christmas lights looked like at the holidays, right? So again, it is a bit skewed, but this is a good, excuse me. This is a good opportunity to use FBI data to educate the more senior people in your life, loved ones, etc., that you are not just a target, you are the most targeted as far as suffering the largest financial losses. You are a fat whale. Now, choose your words more appropriately, but basically, you are a delicious, yummy, num, exclusive, hollow, full card art looking target, people over 60. All right? Dude, if you want, hey, go to a retirement community. I'm sure they'd love to have you give a presentation on cyber. Show them a little rubber ducky action, maybe show them some cool graphics, and then point out this, right? Realistically, you should show them the text messages about the missing toll booths, fees, your like click fix pop-up, stuff like that. Guys, this is gross. Targeting elderly people and children is gross. Targeting anyone sucks. Targeting elderly people, the hell is wrong with you? I get you just want to make money, but bro, have some common decency.
Ex-Army Sergeant jailed for selling military secrets. On Wednesday, 25-year-old former U.S. Army intelligence analyst Sergeant Corbin Schultz was sentenced for selling classified military information to a foreign national. Authorities said Schultz sent at least 92 sensitive documents to a foreign conspirator likely connected with the Chinese government over a period of less than 2 years in exchange for $42,000. Schultz supplied the conspirator with details on U.S. military exercises in South Korea and the Philippines and also provided details relevant to Taiwan's defenses. Additionally, Schultz supplied his contact with helicopter and fighter aircraft manuals along with tactical combat playbooks. Schultz received a sentence of 7 years in prison, after which he will be required to complete 3 years of supervised release.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
We're going around the horn on the Sounders right now for this dumbass. Sorry, kids. Sorry.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I am sorry. I did not mean to swear. I apologize. Dude, this dude... hey, listen. Anybody in chat, Random X... Exactly. If I offered you $42,000 to stand in a 10 by 10 concrete room for 7 years, would you do it? What are these people doing? This reminds me of that jackwagon from West Virginia a few years ago who was selling nuclear engineering secrets to who he thought was Russian. It was the FBI for like $35,000. I'm not saying know your worth, but dude, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even care. You don't even have to be a good salesperson. Just think about the risk you're taking, you clown. All right. So insider threat. This kid, 25 years old, basically selling secrets to China. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you have sensitive information, insider threats are a real concern. You do have to listen. There is a fine balance between monitoring and detecting insider threat and making your workforce feel uncomfortable because you're basically like upside their head, right? Microsoft Recall is a kind of a good example of that, right? So if you can, this is all data governance. GRC people holler. This is all about data governance. Left of boom, if you can, data classification, access control management, lots and lots of logs for days, like Ren and Stimpy log level. That's a deep cut for you people from the 90s, Ren and Stimpy. That was memes before memes were memes. Yeah, and basically, he was exposing this. Now, detecting espionage is not easy, right? Obviously, when you're an Army intelligence analyst with access to these things, you're more like, you can't. Here's the thing: when this dude accesses sensitive information about Taiwan's defenses, he probably had a reason to access those things, right? So you can't just be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy's like, "I'm doing my job." It's when you basically disclose it to a non-authorized individual, whether it's China or selling it to a competitor, right? Industrial espionage is the whole thing, dude. It's a whole thing. So there isn't much here other than this. This reminds me of that goofball who dropped classified information in a Discord server. Whether it's military secrets or it's corporate data, you can't just choose to do this. This is very illegal, and again, a good deterrent, right? Of course, I'll move on after this, but $42,000 for 7 years of punishment, or $1 million fine for years of revenue generation does seem a little lopsided. Let's go.
Nintendo is pursuing perpetrator behind major Pokemon leak. Nintendo has requested a California court to force Discord to provide the identity of the person behind last year's massive Pokemon data breach. Nintendo alleges that in October of last year, a Discord user called Game Freakout leaked confidential materials not released to the public, including next-gen Pokemon titles, builds of older games, and loads of concept art and lore documents. Nintendo provided a partially redacted screenshot of the Discord server called Freak Leak, in which Game Freakout posted a file and told users to enjoy. Nintendo is seeking the name, address, phone number, and email address of the leaker. While subpoenas do not always equate to lawsuits, Nintendo has taken Pokemon game leakers to court in the past.
All right. Hey, you know what? As much as I dunk on Blue Cross Blue Shield for being, or Blue Shield of California for being gross and, whatever, I'm going to side with Nintendo on this one. Guys, if you did not know, this is kind of like a fun pub trivia answer. Pokemon is the most valuable, intellectual property asset. It might be at all, but it definitely in the video game industry. Just to put it in perspective, okay? The fact that Nintendo owns it's even grosser. Pokemon brand value, I think it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Pokemon brand is a highly valuable franchise estimated to have generated over $150 billion in its lifetime. Yeah, you can see here Pokemon. This is a Wikipedia that's out of it, but like Mickey Mouse, 60 billion. So like Pokemon is a third larger than that. And then Super Mario, Star Wars, 40 billion. Right? Of course, what Disney did to Star Wars is a borderline tragedy. But anyways, when they're going for this isn't just because like my kid wants to crack a pack. This is like big money, right?
Straight cash, homie.
My son just spent like a lot of money of his own money buying 10 packs of Pokemon cards. It's like insane. So when you have this intellectual property and you have someone leak it, again, we're talking insider threats, right? Although this guy may not be an insider to Nintendo and he just hacked in. Either way, this is data leakage. This is what GRC people care about. And Nintendo's basically trying to be made whole, okay? So when we talk about cyber risk, again, like Eric Taylor's in mod chat, so I can see him behind the stage. He can't do anything about this, but let me explain to you why GRC is so valuable, Eric Taylor. Listen, when we talk about risk, there's only a couple things you can do. You can mitigate it down, you can accept it, you can remediate it, or you can avoid it, right? Or transfer it, transfer it. Now, transfer is the one that kind of everybody just like quickly pencil whips as insurance and then moves on. But this is a great example where cyber insurance, by the way, there's like only 8 of us in the world who care about cyber insurance, but I'm one of them. I got my card I carry around. Cyber insurance, this is a perfect example because how much money, Nintendo probably didn't lose a lot of money on this Pokemon leak, right? Because it wasn't the full source code. It wasn't like when Twitch's entire source code got released, right? I think Nintendo's doing this more to make an example of this particular individual as a warning to anybody who wants to F with Ash Ketchum and Pikachu and Squirtle and, Raboot or whatever. Like, this is a shots fired type thing because they want to scare you. Now, the real question here for me and you is around Discord. And does Discord have to give up that information? This might be a good one. If you work at a company, okay, this is a little bit not cyber related, but if you work at a company that does have customers that do engage in forums, right? Like Simply Cyber has a Discord server, right? So Simply Cyber has an academy that students are in, right? So if somebody came to me and was like, hey, we have this thing that someone committed a crime, we need you to give us their contact information that they use to register in Simply Cyber Academy. That becomes a question on, do you comply? I mean, if it's law enforcement, you have to comply, obviously. But if it's a business saying, hey, we want this, do you comply? What, this is the thought exercise that you have to do with your business. In what situations do you stand by your customers or your clients or your partners? And in which situations do you basically partner with the requesting organization? I'd have to flesh out this kind of tabletop exercise, but it is an interesting one that is, at minimum, even if you don't make choices in the meeting, certainly would cause an interesting discussion to happen. So in this instance, guys, I think Discord will give the identity or whatever information it currently has. I mean, the guy essentially is committing a crime, right? So.
And now we'd like to thank today's episode sponsor.
I mean, it's really no different. Like, have you seen, there's quite the thing going on Discord right now in the cybersecurity community of people leaking full courses. My course, if you want, like, I hope you don't, but if you want, some jack person has pushed my GRC Analyst Masterclass onto the dark webs where you can get it for free. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I say sarcastically. So if I really wanted to push it, I could go to Discord and say, hey, go through the legal law enforcement, try to get this person held accountable. Of course, Simply Cyber Academy is not a $90 billion property where I have a team of lawyers that I'm going to fund to go after that. But the parallel is there, okay? What would you do if you were Discord? Would you give up this person's identity to Nintendo, or would you not give it up? Let us know in chat.
Sponsor, DropZone AI. Security analysts need practical experience to build investigation skills, but getting expert guidance for every alert is impossible. That's why DropZone AI created Coach, a free Chrome extension that serves as an AI security mentor for SOC analysts at any level. Coach reads alerts across all major security platforms, explains their contexts, provides alternative hypotheses, and guides analysts through industry-standard investigation methodologies. Unlike our AI SOC analyst product, Coach doesn't do the work for you. It teaches you how to think through investigations yourself. It supplements human mentoring with always available guidance that respects your data with zero retention. Develop your security team's skills with dropzone.ai/coach. That's dropzone.ai/coach.
All right. Hey, we are at the mid-roll. If today is your first episode, thanks for being here. Drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. Let us know it's your first time and watch what happens. The community is going to celebrate. We've got sound effects, emotes, and we do it for first timers. Also, if you recently got a job, share that in chat. We love the wrecking ball sound effect as well. It's all about celebrating wins, everybody. Let's go mid-roll. All right, guys, this is the mid-roll. Shout out to all of you. What's up, Triple D, Roswell, UK, Lara Flores. Scout is a first-timer. Scout, everybody, welcome to the party. Aishika's Hustle Diaries, first-timer. Welcome to the party, Aishika. Holler. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, Scout. I hope Aishika's enjoying the show. Let's go. Holy crap, Phil Stafford's letting us know that Becky Gaylord's crushing it like a boss. Congratulations. Thank you, Triple D, for letting Discord know that I'm human. I am not a bot. Here, LOL, first timer. Welcome to the party, pal. I love it. Hey, shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon, Flare Academy, Threat Locker, for sponsoring the show and making it so much fun. Guys, TJ Williams, welcome to all the first timers. So good. All right, guys. Holy crap, Father of Legends, 15 years on the desk, finally landed that SOC analyst position. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a W coming for Father of Legends. Way to go, Father of Legends. Super pumped for you, man. All right, guys, every single day of the week, hey, first-timer, Scout, every day of the week has a special segment. Monday is Community Member of the Week. Tuesday is Tidbits Tuesday. Wednesday's Worldwide Wednesday. But today, you chose a good day to start being here for the first time, because Thursdays is What's Your Meme Thursday. Hey, Mad Destroyer, good to see you. Hope the coffee's good this morning. Dan Reardon, this guy right here, he's in chat. He's part of the community. He's a wonderful human being, and he goes by the Haircut Fish, and he makes a meme custom for us every Thursday. If you were here on Tidbits Tuesday, I shared this like low-key, borderline uncontrollable crack addiction that I have for Swedish Fish that's just come out of nowhere. Dan Reardon took that upon himself. Ladies and gentlemen, your meme of the week. Here, oh, hold on. There we go. There I am. I'm all up in the fishing. Like, I went fishing a couple weeks ago, got good at catching fish. Now I'm all up in Swedish Fish. So thank you, Dan Reardon. If you guys need some Swedish Fish, get with me. I've got them for days. I'm surprised there isn't a Sasquatch hidden somewhere in this picture, but I didn't see one. So here we go. All right. Thanks so much, Dan. You're a wonderful person. Great work, as always. Let's go ahead and jump to the La 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 La's. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off as the drum major. Here we go. You know the words, everybody. Get your La 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 on. Great job, everybody. Great job. Let's get back into it. Finish strong. Don't forget we got Jawjacking at top of the hour.
Mandiant report details DPRK threat clusters. A report from Mandiant detailed the activities of multiple threat clusters based in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or DPRK. Mandiant said the threat clusters are targeting organizations and individuals in the Web3 and cryptocurrency space using a variety of social engineering attacks. These tactics include posing as investors from reputable companies on Telegram, using job-related lures to trick developers into running malware-laced projects, and conducting large-scale phishing campaigns. Mandiant highlighted that in 2023, North Korean threat actor UNC 3782 conducted phishing operations against Tron users and successfully transferred more than $137 million worth of assets in a single day. Mandiant said the threat actors, quote, use their privileged access to steal data and enable cyber attacks in addition to generating revenue for North Korea, end quote. Japan warns of...
I can't think of Tron and not think of Chappelle's D-Tron. Ha ha! Got a hot hand in a game of dice. Guys, my kids don't know who Dave Chappelle is. If you don't know who Dave Chappelle is, there is an unbelievable gold mine of comedy waiting for you on the interwebs. I can't tell you how awesome Chappelle's show was, and this particular skit about reparations. All right, so North Korea doing North Korea. Priceless Pancake with a super chat. Priceless Pancake coming in strong says, I've officially been put on the CMMC team for a top 10 government contractor. Small team, big job. Jerry's GRC master course was invaluable. Thank you, Priceless Pancake. First of all, congratulations. Okay, number one, congratulations. Number two, I hope you're excited and can go ahead and crush it. It is a great opportunity. And number three, yes, I do charge for the GRC master course, but I've got to tell you, I am so happy when I see that people get real value from the work that I put into it. Like, I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing that, Priceless Pancake. All right, guys. North Korea is stealing money from Tron. Dude, North Korea doesn't care. North Korea doesn't care if it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Monero, Solana exchange, or whatever, Solana chain. Like, they just want all the money. They are turning on the vacuum and sucking it up. That's right, Cyber Shinigami. I'm rich! So, guys, they made $137 million in the day. I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have a moral compass, like, I would be all up in cybercrime. I'd be like,
I can make $137 million in one day? Versus,
making, let's say, $100,000 a year, right? Now, again, I can sleep well at night because I know that law enforcement isn't going to say, FBI, open up and kick down my door and lock me in a small room. But, dude, these numbers are outrageous. So let's talk about how you could protect yourself and those you love. Number one, and this is an editorial, okay? Number one, I advise to stay away from crypto, right? I think, not to say, listen, I don't think crypto is inherently bad by itself. It's just so many people, so many humans are committing fraud and doing rug pulls and doing all sorts of bad things in the crypto space that you're more likely to step on a bear trap than you are to go to the moon, all right? Yes, Web3 and crypto appears to primarily focus on financially motivated crime. North Korea is unbelievably sanctioned to the gills by every country, pretty much. Not every country, but a lot of countries. So they have to resort to cybercrime in order to fuel their regime. Basically, North Korea wants to be seen as a first world power. You need money. I don't care what else you're doing. You need money to be powerful. And the only way they can get money is cybercrime. So that's what they do. If you are interested in a couple things here. Number one, the Bangladesh bank heist is a seminal event in our industry. Darknet Diaries did a video on that. There's actually several. You can see here, there's several like great YouTube videos that cover this. BBC's got one that's really good. You can see it. I'll drop a link in chat. Whoops, I clicked save by accident. If you're interested, the Bangladesh bank heist is excellent. Also, dude, Lazarus hit Bybit for $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion. Okay. I don't even know why they're slumming it for $137 million over here, right? Slumming it, $137 million when they had a $1.4 billion hit earlier. You could see that this company actually took it in their own hands and started a bug bounty to get their money back. Anyways, this is what North Korea is doing. Now, how do you protect yourself? Straight up, they fish people. If you don't, basically, you got to protect your wallet, okay? I don't even know what to tell. The thing is, if you try to educate people who are into the crypto space, like if I try to tell Justin Gold how to protect himself, he's going to either A, say like, oh, I know how to protect myself. I'm a crypto bro, right? Him and Charles Finfrock high-fiving and chest bumping each other. So you can't really help these people. Let's see. Ooh. For whatever reason, they're talking about North Korean IT workers. So this is like another like attack vector that North Korea is doing by actually getting a job. And so North Korea's got a couple different techniques. I don't know why that's actually in this story. Basically, they're getting jobs and then exploiting their insider access. And they're also phishing people and stealing their cryptocurrency. That's it.
Unauthorized stock trading via stolen credentials. Japan's Financial Services Agency, or FSA, is warning that attackers are using stolen customer login IDs and passwords harvested from fake financial securities phishing sites. Fraudulent transactions were initially reported in February by 2 security firms. Now 6 security firms have reported a total of 3,312 instances of unauthorized access, resulting in nearly 1,500 fraudulent transactions to date. The FSA said, quote, in most cases, the fraudsters gain unauthorized access to victims' accounts, sell the stocks, etc. in the account, and then use the proceeds to buy Chinese stocks, end quote. The FSA recommends e-traders look out for fake e-trading advertisements and take precautions, including avoiding opening links in emails or texts, proactively bookmarking legitimate trading sites, using multi-factor authentication, and enabling account transaction notifications.
Yes. Welcome to the party, pal. Dude, if you are a retail trader, you're on Robinhood, you're on Wall Street Bets in the Reddit forum, whatever, you should have MFA. If you work at a financial management company, listen, I'm an equal opportunity person. You won't meet somebody that's more like, I guess, not understanding, but like I'm willing to try to see your side of it and empathize and all this, right? If you work at a financial management company, I don't care if you're a 4-person financial management company or you're friggin' Fisher Investments with all these commercials and crap. If you are not required to have multi-factor authentication on your accounts that can make trades, that is gross negligence, right? Like, yes, you can have your own, like, information security risk appetite, but come on, guys. MFA in 2025, when crap like this is happening, and this is in Japan, but this could happen in the United States, this could happen in Germany or Netherlands, this can happen in any country where people have access to, like, markets to make business shares and trades and stuff, right? It's gross, dude. Now listen, MFA isn't bulletproof, right? You can steal session tokens, you can do man in the middle or adversary in the middle attacks, right? You can do all those things, but let's not make it so easy, right? Like, let's add a level of complexity and make it harder on the threat actors. Now, one thing that they did say is make sure that you set up alerts for trading on your thing. I appreciate that, but at the same time, if you're a stock trader and you're trading for, 100 different clients, you're going to, like, guys, it's going to look like noise, right? If you're a SOC analyst and you get false positives, right? you almost get desensitized to them because it's just like, yep. So I don't know if turning on alerts like that is going to necessarily fix that problem. Although I will say if you're a retail trader, just like any other alert, like if you're the one making the trades and you don't do it frequently and you get a notification of a trade, well, then you might want to pay attention. However, I would like to point out really quickly that a threat actor can sign up for the same platform, make one trade, get the alert email, look at what that alert email looks like, fabricate a phishing email to look just like that, send it to you, and say, hey, there was a trade. Here's a link to confirm it or whatever. And now that's a perfect phishing because this article just said you should be setting up alerts on trades so you can see when they happen. If you're a retail trader and you get an alert for a trade that you didn't make, you're going to start panicking, which is exactly what a phishing email is supposed to do. And then you click through it, and guess what? The thing that you didn't want to happen, you are facilitating right now. So, an ounce of prevention. Yes, a detection through alert emails is fine, but you need to partner that with the GRC mafia and some awareness training so people don't flip out and freak out and click right through the fish. Not Swedish fish either.
Ransomware groups test new business models to increase profits. According to research published by SecureWorks on Wednesday, ransomware as a service schemes are launching new business models to attract affiliates. For example, DragonForce, which launched as a traditional ransomware as a service scheme back in August of 2023, rebranded itself as a cartel last month and has shifted to a distributed model that allows affiliates to use their infrastructure to create their own brands and deploy their own malware. Meanwhile, Anubis offers 3 monetization schemes for its customers, from traditional encryption attacks to data extortion attacks, as well as simple access monetization. Anubis also includes various options and tactics for increasing pressure on victims to pay, including naming them on social media. SecureWorks said these examples highlight how the ransomware ecosystem is evolving. They added, quote, understanding how these groups are operating, tooling, and monetizing is crucial in deploying the right defenses to secure people and businesses, end quote.
All right, this is where we're at, everybody. This is where we're at. Ransomware is so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Ransomware is so hot that the market has gotten saturated now where criminal threat actors, because this is a business, make no mistake, this is not Johnny Lee Miller in his bedroom changing the channel at the local TV station. This is big money. This is organized crime. And this is big business. And it's so saturated right now that the vendors have to go one step farther and basically start doing marketing and having incentives, right? Literally, DragonForce is out there trying to recruit people. It's not just enough to offer money for low effort. Now they need to stand out among other ransomware as a service operations, basically. Like in this instance, DragonForce and Anubis are competing. They're competitors in the market. Like, I almost wonder if there's going to be like a ransomware conference, in Vegas in July. Oh, hey, come on down to Ransomware Con. Whoa, hey, did you see DragonForce's booth? They were giving away a drone. This is sick. Yeah, DragonForce is doing mergers and acquisitions, exactly. Or murders and executions if you're an American Psycho fan. Yeah, man. Yeah, so this is actually a really wild development. Okay, so really quick. First of all, this doesn't change how you protect from ransomware. Like, your same best practices, the same things you should be doing will protect you. This is more of an opportunity to see the evolution and growth and frankly, scariness of ransomware threat actors. What I will tell you is this is a bomb thing to bring up in a job interview. Okay, I'm going to give you the secrets here, the keys or whatever. Like bookmark this, mark tape, whatever you want to say. I don't even know what time. 59 minutes, 40 seconds into the show, okay? It started off as, this is what you should say. Like if ransomware comes up or whatever, you could just drop this. This is an interesting development. Evolution-wise, it started as, basically individual kind of little operators, very sophisticated. Then it moved into ransomware as a service model. This has been where it is, okay, for the last couple of years. This is a paradigm shift or an evolution of ransomware where now they're not just offering ransomware as a service, i.e. you, RandomX,
Phil Stafford, Devin McCarthy, affiliates of Flaming Donkey Ransomware.
Okay, so they are deploying my ransomware. So then you actually can see that, there's a massive uptick in Alfie or Black Cat. There's a massive uptick in Medusa, right? These affiliate models get it out there. The evolution shift is now Devin McCarthy can have Devin McCarthy. I probably would be stupid to name it that, but like we could legit have a Flaming Donkey ransomware variant with having all the infrastructure established for us. That's the shift here. They're enabling you. It's almost like business as a service now. So it's not just the ransomware as a service. They're giving you a ransomware business as a service and handling the entire infrastructure underneath it, which honestly is probably a bit more work for DragonForce in this instance, but it's clever because now when malware gets deployed, it's going to say, hey, this is Optimus Prime. Hey, ransomware, this is Flaming Donkey ransomware. And it's gonna muddy the waters. Now, one thing I will say, getting a little bit in the technical weeds here, there is no way if I create this ransomware business as a service, right? And Flaming Donkey gets their own ransomware, Marlon Johnson gets their own ransomware, etc. I'm going to let you in on a secret, okay? So saying that, mentioning that and talking about that evolution in a job interview is actually quite interesting and compelling because everybody that's interviewing you is going to be aware of ransomware as a service and the affiliate model. They might not know about this because to me, this is news and it's an interesting development. Okay, let me leave you with this really quickly. What's interesting is that even though it'll be Flaming Donkey ransomware and John V ransomware and Phil Stafford ransomware, if you look at it underneath, if you look at the code, if you look at how it's working, which is what incident responders, forensics people, it's what they can do, you're going to be able to tell that it's part of that family, that DragonForce family, right? Because the marketing, the packaging, the file extensions, you can change that stuff. But the fundamental way that it's going to encrypt, the fundamental way that it's going to exfil data, the way it's doing C2, whether it's like through DNS or through, whatever protocol, whatever that is, there's no way DragonForce or whoever is going to build custom exfil for each client. This is a scalable, blueprint, rinse, copy, paste business model. There's no way. And because there's no way they're going to do that, underneath the hood, past all the marketing and shine and bullcrap like that, there's going to be attribution capabilities. So this is really them trying to sell it to other criminals. From a practitioner perspective, we're going to be able to identify that Flaming Donkey is actually built on the DragonForce platform. All right.
Ripple NPM supply chain attack hunts for private keys. Security firm Aikido discovered that a sophisticated attack was carried out Monday evening and involved installed backdoors on 5 versions of the Ripple Ledger official NPM package. The package, called XRPL, allows devs to build apps using the crypto ledger's features such as a wallet, key management, payment channels, and escrow. Weekly downloads for the popular NPM package hit a high of more than 186,000 in April. The vulnerability has been assigned a critical CVE, though the CVE is lacking in details, only indicating the flaw exists and is connected to the XRPL supply chain attack. Users of affected versions should assume they are compromised and rotate their private keys as soon as possible.
Speaking of Ripple, oh yeah, easy living right there. All right, we're at time, so I'll just be really quick. Dude, putting malware into software libraries that people ingest and import is not new. NPM hit. People got their Ripple coins or Ripple exchange, whatever. Crypto hit. Rotate your keys if you're using Ripple. Again, dude, 100% crypto is full of fraud, crime. It's just rife. This is like, running around in Tanchico or Wild West or, dark alleys or whatever. It's just not good. So you got to be careful. This is a code-based technical exploit. So it's, you might even be using a product that is like a software someone else made that imported this library. So not good. I don't have enough time to go into this whole story because we got to pivot, but yeah, whatever. Ripple Ledger, you busted. But you should be aware, honestly, for job interviews and for your overall cybersecurity career, you should be aware of this attack of basically official popular software libraries like PyPy, NPM, even GitHub to some extent. The way they're doing it on GitHub's a bit different, but anyways. All right, let's go. Already blew out the copyright with Ripple, so here we go. I want to say thank you, all of you. What a great show. Some wins being shared in chat. We got some first-timers like Scout. So much being shared. I love it. Guys, don't go anywhere. Because not only did we get the meme of the week, but it's the top of the hour, which means we get 30 minutes of jawjacking. You will be joined by one Eric Taylor, Chief Forensics Officer at Barricade Cyber. Basically, it's an AMA show. If you have any questions about industry, certs, career, Eric will help you. I'll be back tomorrow. Friday is a panel, so we'll have a group of people on there, so that'll be good. I want to remind everybody really quickly that at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, so in 23 minutes, Season 3, Episode 2 of Simply Cyber Media Group's Cyber Security Mentors podcast with John Hoyt and Steve Hegarita will be premiering. We hope you can join us for that. They're going to be talking about peeling back the network layers with Doug Burks, getting a little bit more into the technical weeds. People have really been enjoying Cybersecurity Mentors podcast. If you have, super enjoy that. We had 2 cyber chicks yesterday, so the content keeps on coming. I'm super excited. I actually just confirmed, and I'll be doing the State of Simply Cyber on Friday, May 2nd. I just confirmed 2 new podcasts we're adding to the platform in Q3. Details to follow, but you guys know who the hosts will be, and it's going to be both programs totally unique from anything else we're doing on the platform, and it's just all about good times. All right, guys, get ready for some jawjacking. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thank you so very much. This was episode 863, April 24th, 2025. Until next time, Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
What's going on? Sorry, enjoying the vibe. My name is Eric Taylor. I'm the CISO Chief Forensic Operator here at Barricade Cyber. Pleasure to be here with everybody. You know what? I was picking on Jerry because he's like, there's nothing that Eric can do when I talk about GRC. And when I'm in the green room, I can do this. And just be like, we're not talking about GRC. All right, so to kick everything off, please make sure you are putting the Q with a colon in front of there so I can quickly find your questions. I go in a much more technical deep dive and pick on Jerry all the time as much as I can. What's up, KP? Hope you're doing well. I just turned down the music a little bit. Getting a restream bot saying people on Discord saying that they're here for me. Roswell, what CVE has an EPSS score of 12.5% apparently? Let me make sure I got my mod chat up. I'm bouncing between windows. Question from Kyle. Kyle, do you need GRC to have good DFIR? No. You can have really horrible GRC and still do DFIR. But the part of it is the containment side of it, right? So. I think Jerry's still in the background there, pinning stuff for me, I think. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go ahead and go over here. From Random X, if you're the hiring manager and I walk in talking about, where did it go? About pit bulls and barbecue, how much does that increase my chances of getting a job? I don't know. I guess it really depends on how crazy you go with it. Now, I'm not a fan of pit bulls, but bulldogs and English Mastiffs, absolutely. Am I going to hire... Would I hire you, Random X, just because we talked about that over another candidate? Probably not. Right? I am more of a person that I'll hire you off of your passion for the industry. Certifications and things like that come in as a close second. But just because we talked about it does not give you a leg up. Don't you actually secretly love GRC for doing all that heavy paperwork lifting for you? We're a small organization there, Cam got it. We don't have a GRC department. I wear so many hats. So I'm doing all the paperwork. That's probably why I hate GRC. Your thoughts on the evolution of RAS to RBA, or ransomware business as a service? It's an interesting one because I've been making some comments into some of the private CTI platform communications that I've been speaking to. I really do see, Dragon Force, Ransom Hub, with their merger and we're seeing a lot of spin up organizations now. New threat actors are promising new threat actors coming up that have a lot of the same favorite icon, their default page or the waiting queue is starting to be the same, things of that nature. So it's almost like, is Dragon Force doing M&As and an umbrella where you can lease their infrastructure and then spin up your own, like a white label service? Or is some of this stuff like a modern WordPress template for threat actors to put on and build their own pages on? I don't know. It's interesting. So, yeah, I got a lot of tinfoil hat ideas around the topic. I'm not sure how viable those ideas are yet, but I'm watching. In fact, my CTI feed is still blowing up in Signal right now. It's crazy. The Onion is currently down the same group, Holy League member of TG. Geez. Not a question. Thank you so much for the EPSS tool, Eric. Use it all the time. Well, I'm glad you like it. You know, it's been a while since I looked at the metrics. Let me run over to Cloudflare real quick. This tool gets a lot more use than I ever thought it would. I make the joke internally sometimes, like, I figured like 5 people would use it, one of them being me. So we have 2 domains. Those who don't know, it goes to the same server but 2 domain names. It's either epsslookup.com and epsslookup.tool.com. You know, I was like, I want to go ahead and get. Yeah, absolutely. Let me bring it up. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me do this. I don't have time to spin up my sandbox. I'll just make sure I don't share my sound. I'll show the metrics here and I'll show the screen. Entire window. Don't share system audio. So, you know, in Cloudflare, this is crazy. 1.48 on epsslookup.com. And epsslookup tool is 1.43, and this is literally what it is, right? So we just epsslookup tool.com, if I could spell. It's a really simple thing. So I was going to be implementing another change coming up where it was going to pull the Microsoft security score in here, but we're having a lot of problems with it, and I think Microsoft kind of just abolished the trash out of it. So because they don't consistently update it as well, and I'm waiting on the EU version to come in as well. But let me look up a recent CVE released this week. Yeah, I see that, Jerry. 1 second. So I'm just going to look in on a CVE this week. Come on. Of course, my Google food does not want to work for me today. Newest CVEs. Let's just scroll down a little bit. And I'll zoom in, everybody. So that way y'all can see this. All right. There we go. So we just threw in, I just picked one off of the Tenable website, you know, EPSS score. So this really is a exploit prediction scoring system. So how likely is your organization going to get compromised by a said CVE? Again, this is high level. Your mileage may vary. This may be more impactful to your organization or less impactful. Really going through and assessing, you know, the accessibility of said CVE in your environment is very key. But, you know, we do pull, you know, when it was last updated from MITRE. Is it on the CISA Kev? report, aka the known exploited vulnerability. When was it published? A little bit of information. We have our references here, so you can easily cross-reference that CVE with other folks or external resources. You can see your attack vector, the complexity. This particular one is very low complexity. It does not require any privilege escalation, no user interaction, confidential impact. So, and it'll also show you, as you see there, scope is unchanged. The one cool thing that, I'll have to give a shout out to Chris Whitlock, that he said, he was like, hey man, we really need a way to copy and paste this thing. So, but here at the bottom, you just click on copy results. And over here in my notepad, I'll zoom this in. It'll literally copy and paste this stuff in. So that way you can be able to see that. And advise your folks on, very quickly what's going on. Includes the references. If you want to, add that into your. I actually need to change that. That's incorrect. So that's a bug fix I gotta take care of. So anyway, that is the EPSS tool. If you are unaware of that. But I'm glad that people are using it. We do have some more tools that are coming down the pipe that I'm working on. So stand by for more tools. Eric, would you track down the guy who put Jerry's GRC course on the dark web and show us your methods on a Zoom? Maybe. But OSINTing, while we do that for some investigations, mostly insider threats and things of that nature, it's not very on brand for Barricade. So, I do have the brand awareness aspect of things to keep in mind when I do things, unfortunately. Question, what if I can't get the March 2025 update for Android 12? So Android is a unique pain in the butt, okay? I will say if you have a Pixel device, you should have no problem. Sorry, my nose itches. You should have no problem getting that because Google releases their updates almost instantaneously. If you have a Samsung, an LG, one of the other manufactured phones, it's got to go through their quote unquote QA and provisioning and stuff like that. So it's going to be a couple months before you get it. So if you want real updates from Google, you need to switch to Pixel. So didn't see answer last time I asked. What does work-life balance look like for someone doing DFIR? Seems like it's just constantly called into fires into fire. Yeah, DFIR typically is. We are responding to incidents. I will say though, the traditional weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you might as well just kiss goodbye. It doesn't. Friday is your new Monday. Or Saturday is your new Monday. One of the two. Typically, DFIR folks kind of are able to step away more easily during the week. Typically a Wednesday and Thursday. Being there Saturday, Sunday, or half days or whatever. Right now we're all a little bit slower So we're enjoying, knocking off around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Not being pulled into 50 different directions. So it's good. How should I shift the past 4 or so interviews I've had? I have expressed my passion and my general knowledge and have been ghosted. I don't know, Night Owl or Night Angel. The market right now is very funky. I don't know how to properly advise on it. I would just say keep an upper chin. I don't know. I wish I had Night Angel, I really do wish I had an answer for you, but I unfortunately don't. Things are, it's just so funky right now. Let's see. Jawjacking, ask me anything. Let's do it. What question does Carrie have? Yeah, Night Angel, look at the chat, right? Kyle mentions that it took him a long time to land his job. This will actually take up a little bit of time. So, are you in Texas? And if so, wondering what a good wage is for 2-people household in Dallas? So I am not in Texas. However, I do know some Google food there, Maurice Martin. And Texas really is going to depend on exactly where you are in Texas. Let's see, Texas. That's minimum. And 1 second. So, according to ZipRecruiter, at least, the average income in Texas, single person, or per employee across the entire state is an average of $25 or $52,855 per year. So, on average, people in Texas should be making roughly 104K, 105K. According to ZipRecruiter. There's some other sites that we can go into, and I'll make sure I dig them up for the Tuesday call because we are coming up next to the 9:30 raid. If you don't know about this, let me pull this up real quick. 2-minute one. Yes, I know, Jerry. Calm your jets. We do have a webinar coming up about 365 and phishing of on-premise environments. If you're interested in learning more about that, I was just trying to get the link real quick, and I'll drop this in chat. Definitely go check that out. Register up. We're actually going to go through a walkthrough of how to prevent phishing attempts to happen from your login. And here we go. Hey, Miss Kathy Chambers, I owe you a phone call, Miss Kathy Chambers. You and I need to get together. But let's all start pivoting over. I just posted a link for the Mastering Art of Deception in Cybersecurity with Doug Burks. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's go raid that thing. It's getting ready to start. For those who are still here, greatly appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all take care of yourselves. Bye.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same. A criminal then found their fame by taking that data to go. Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. we're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.